Most people think power is about force. It's not. Real power is making someone surrender before they even realize they're in a fight. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The conflicts you win are never the ones you fight. They're the ones you make irrelevant. Sun Tzu understood something that still eludes most people today. The supreme art of war is not winning battles. It's making battles unnecessary. And this principle doesn't just apply to ancient warfare. It applies to every power dynamic you'll ever face. The moment you're locked in visible conflict, you've already lost something. Time, energy, control, attention. The person who understands this doesn't seek confrontation. They reshape the landscape so confrontation never becomes necessary. Carl Jung once observed that what you resist persists. The harder you push against something, the more real it becomes. Most people spend their entire lives fighting battles they created by resisting in the first place. They argue with people they could have ignored. They defend positions they didn't need to take. They exhaust themselves proving points that don't matter. Sun Tzu saw this pattern 25 centuries ago. He wrote that the highest form of generalship is to attack the enemy's strategy, not their army, not their cities, their plan. Because if you dismantle someone's strategy before they execute it, there's nothing left to fight. What this means for you is simple but brutal. Most of the conflicts in your life exist because you're playing a game you don't need to play. Let's break down how this works. Principle 1. Control the frame, not the fight. The person who defines what the conflict is about has already won. Think about every argument you've ever had. The moment you accept someone else's framing of the situation, you're fighting on their terms, their rules, their battlefield. Sun Tzu would tell you, don't accept the frame. Change it entirely. Here's a modern example. Someone accuses you publicly of something you didn't do. The instinct is to defend yourself immediately, to argue, to prove them wrong. But the moment you engage, you've accepted their frame, that there's something to defend against. The accusation becomes real simply because you're responding to it. The strategic move? Refuse the frame entirely. Don't defend. Don't attack. Make the conflict irrelevant by operating in a completely different reality. Respond with calm indifference or redirect attention elsewhere. Without your participation, their attack has nowhere to land. This is what it means to win without fighting. You don't defeat the accusation. You make it powerless by refusing to give it the energy it needs to exist. Principle 2. Make yourself unattackable. Sun Tzu said the invincible defense is to attack where the enemy is not. But there's a deeper layer here. The truly invincible position is one where attacking you costs more than it's worth. Most people make themselves vulnerable by needing things from others. Validation, approval, status. The moment someone realizes you need something from them, they have leverage. They can threaten to withhold it. And now you're in a fight. The master eliminates dependency, not by becoming isolated, but by becoming self-sufficient in the areas that matter most. Your sense of identity doesn't depend on external validation. Your peace doesn't depend on others' behavior. Your strategy doesn't depend on their cooperation. When you need nothing from someone, what can they threaten you with? When you're not invested in winning their approval, how can they manipulate you? This isn't about arrogance. It's about sovereignty. The less you need, the less you can be controlled. And when you can't be controlled, most conflicts simply dissolve. People don't fight battles they can't win. If attacking you costs them more than they gain, they won't attack. You've won without fighting because you've made fighting pointless. Principle 3. Know when not to win. Here's the part most people miss. Sometimes winning the battle destroys the outcome you actually wanted. Sun Tzu understood that the goal is never just victory. It's a better position after the conflict than before it. And sometimes fighting, even if you'd win, leaves you worse off. Think about relationships. You can win every argument with your partner and destroy the relationship in the process. You can dominate every conversation at work and alienate everyone who might have supported you. You can prove someone wrong publicly and create an enemy for life.
People don't fight battles they can't win. If attacking you costs them more than they gain, they won't attack. You've won without fighting because you've made fighting pointless. Principle 3. Know when not to win. Here's the part most people miss. Sometimes winning the battle destroys the outcome you actually wanted. Sun Tzu understood that the goal is never just victory. It's a better position after the conflict than before it. And sometimes fighting, even if you'd win, leaves you worse off. Think about relationships. You can win every argument with your partner and destroy the relationship in the process. You can dominate every conversation at work and alienate everyone who might have supported you. You can prove someone wrong publicly and create an enemy for life. The question isn't, can I win this? The question is, what do I actually want here? If what you want is respect, humiliating someone won't give it to you. If what you want is cooperation, forcing compliance won't create it. If what you want is peace, winning every fight guarantees you'll never have it. The strategist knows when to let someone else have the appearance of victory while you secure the actual outcome you wanted. This isn't weakness, it's precision. You're not giving up. You're refusing to waste energy on conflicts that don't serve your larger purpose. Most people are so obsessed with being right that they never stop to ask whether being right in this moment helps them get what they actually want. Principle 4. Win in preparation, not in action. Sun Tzu said that victorious warriors win first and then go to battle, while defeated warriors go to battle first and then seek to win. Read that again. The fight is decided before it begins, not because of fate, because of preparation. The person who has already done the work, who understands the terrain, who knows the enemy, who has secured their position, doesn't need to fight hard. They just need to execute. This is why the stressed, frantic person loses to the calm, prepared one. It's not about talent, it's about groundwork. In your life, this means the conflicts you face tomorrow are determined by the decisions you make today. If you build skills no one can take from you, you don't need to fight for job security. If you develop emotional control, you don't need to fight for respect. It's evident. If you construct your life carefully, most threats can't reach you. The battle is won in the quiet hours when no one's watching, in the discipline, in the boundaries you set, in the relationships you choose or refuse, in the self-mastery you develop. By the time the conflict arrives, the outcome is already clear. So here's the deeper question. Why are most people so committed to fighting? Because fighting feels like doing something. It feels active, powerful. It gives you the illusion that you're in control. But often, the need to fight is just proof that you've already lost control. You're reacting, defending, proving. The person who truly has power doesn't need to demonstrate it. They've already arranged things so that force is unnecessary. Sun Tzu's supreme strategy isn't about avoiding conflict out of fear. It's about transcending it through understanding. The master sees the conflict coming and adjusts their position so that by the time it arrives, it's irrelevant. You now have a choice. You can keep fighting every battle that presents itself, exhausting yourself in endless conflict. Or you can start asking a different question. How do I make this fight unnecessary? Because the real victory isn't defeating your enemies. It's building a life where most of your enemies don't matter. The question isn't whether you can win the fight.
The question is whether you're smart enough not to need one.